magical thing of pressing enter on there.
Oh gods. I didn't
Wow,
know that.
it's amazing. Are you in? Are you bewildered? Bewildered?
I am behildered. Aha! Now I have gained the truest form of power. Multiple,
Firefox?
multiple different browsers running at the same time.
Apparently, I'm using. What is this? Edge?
Yeah. Edge. Surprisingly not bad.
Microsoft Edge. Yep.
Microsoft Edge Lord. Oh, That's bad. That's not even bad. That's funny. It's just bad. Uh huh.
But. But. I think I might be tired.
We're all tired. But yes, you also might be tired. Roll 20 is
Itsuno,
trying to
something,
force
something,
itself into dark
Batsu.
mode.
Hmm?
I have no idea why that Roll 20 is trying to force itself into dark mode.
I don't know, but people complain about my Roll20 being blinding to their eye sockets, so I put mine into dark mode.
Ah. But dark mode's blinding to my eyes.
Yeah, you have the reverse thingy.
Don't you know I only see an unpopular opinion? Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm pretty set up though. There we go. Yeah, it's time to get death over and done with. Might as well die in peace, you know?
Ah! Hi, Umbra, how's it going? Oh my golly. Huh, why is that louder than usual? I should probably make sure volumes are okay. Oh god.
Yeah, sanity check, sanity check.
Say, oh golly, hold on. 1300 to 1800? 1800.
I mean, the 1800s is not that great of a time.
I'm gonna turn your volume up and everything down, meaning I'm just gonna be less deafening, cause like, oh gods, I don't mind it being deafening, but I need you to be heard. You're the DM, and you're gonna be talking a lot today.
I talk a lot
Oh,
very often.
what?
I talk a lot very often.
Yep. Oh, I'm sleepy, but good. Ish. Yeah, I've recovered fairly well.
Is the time?
How you doing, Umbra? Oh golly, my. Alright, I've negotiated. Now I can come in late, an hour later for work, meaning I have an hour more to do D&D.
That sounds like passion.
Ah, that's good. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm
El,
sleepy.
El glad.
El Glado. I'm gonna
I've
sneeze.
luckily discovered the quickest way of learning a new language is just become blessed. Become blessed again.
Hi, sorry about that. I'm back. I was dying. Oh golly.
I just used the powers of the greater God to bless upon you.
Oh golly. Oh.
Stretch. All right, we
Stretch?
have we have beautiful Izori. Hey Izori, how are you? She looks so
Ah,
happy.
look at that. It's already so well drawn.
I love it. It's not laziness. It's
It's a style
honest.
choice. It's art.
It's a style choice, and it's a
The,
style choice I'm making.
it's a style choice you're making for me.
It's just, it's just,
It's fine. It shows like the
it's just
the
cute. It's just
casual
cute.
atmosphere we have here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone can be casual here. We don't want
Sit
anyone
back.
to
Put your
not be
legs
casual.
up.
And there's one of the most casual conversation topics I could think of at the time. Who is your
Dying.
favorite fate? I was just gonna say, who's your favorite fate servant?
Oh my goodness, Neocris.
Yep, it is Nidorous.
I can't listen. The trio of caster of Madrid. Listen, Nidocris has the best and easiest name out of the trio. Okay. The other
Charizard.
two are just like caster of Ghibli and caster of the Nightless City.
Yeah,
Shirada Samanamad. That's what the name is.
Charizard, and Queen of Shiba.
Charizard and Queen of Sheba. Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Could've given the only god
Charizard
name.
and you know, does she?
I don't think so. I think she is just Queen of Sheba. Because it's a Sheba system. Wait, is her name Sheba? Is she queen of herself?
Shiba's not a real place. She just walked up and was like, "Wise King Solomon, may
Wait, but
I
like,
ask upon you? I am the Queen of
what's the
Sheba."
teleporting
It's like,
system called?
yeah,
It was Sheba, right?
and Fate, yeah. There's like the lens, then there's the Sheba, then there's yeah, because they named the thing after her.
Is her name
I
Sheba?
This is an important question.
Is she the queen of Sheba, which is herself? Was her country
Wait,
just named after her?
um, name.
Okay, it's not that weird because if Tally just said
No,
I'm the queen of Wayne
no,
or high priestess of Wayne.
no. She really is known. It is specifically mentioned that her name is not mentioned.
Okay, okay, that's good. It's Tally.
Yep, her new name is Tally. We're going to be referring to the Queen of Sheba forever as Tally.
You can do that because her name is not mentioned.
It's specifically not mentioned.
Tally's not relevant in this campaign. She's not showing up. My two characters from like the two other generations are, but Tally ain't.
All right, let's get into it. I mean, if Umbra, if you want to post your favorite fate servant, um,
Wait, you never answered yours.
yes. Honestly, just to continue with the meme, it's Nobu.
Nobu. I didn't. I. It's not a meme. It's your actual answer, probably.
I've made it, Nobu.
Hmm.
I have made it, Nobu. I have actively now, so you can't ever get rid of it. It's recorded, so you can't get rid of it anyways. But now I have a pencil sketch of your drawing of Izori.
Can you send it? I want to see it.
It's not. could. But if you want, sure.
The joke is I'll replace my Izori with your Izori.
I literally drew the exact same thing. Like,
I'm
ugh.
curious though.
Hey, look, there's a Nobu. No, I
Stay
gotta
safe. Ah.
stay safe.
Ah, it's so kawaii ne.
Just a stay safe Nobu. Don't worry about it. I didn't draw that. That's just a thing that exists.
Ah.
Yeah, I pencil sketched some background in there, so you know.
I'm still
Here
waiting
you go.
for it.
There we go. That's a hammer. I kid. It's just on a pad that has a background. It's literally the exact same thing.
I mean, it has actual hair. It has actual hair, which is neat. What is it? What is it on? What's that background? A
Yeah, it has a
mall?
back.
Izori
Don't
goes
worry.
to the mall.
Don't worry about it.
Does
It is
she?
just it's a custom print notepad thing.
She just like always like out to kill. It looks like she's shopping with like Death Edition, and it's just like arms out, just ready to like murder.
I need a purse.
It's Black Friday.
Black Friday because I kill everyone who stands in my way. Black Friday. She doesn't stand in lines. She
Even with
culls
Death
down the
Edition, of
line.
course not. Everyone dies in their vicinity.
Alright. You want to cue us with a recap? And do it like a rapper.
Last time, oh no, rapper. Yo, where's my notes? Okay, last time I read Backup Story 2. And Backup Story 2 lasts for like about 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, roughly 3 to 4.5 pages. I started to write Backup Story 2 Part 2. And that story ended with success, as Honra didn't die because she went in to talk to Izori-chan. Izori-chan is like, still kind of angry, but she was like, give me 5 minutes, okay? It's not like I'm happy with it. That wasn't a good story or anything, and you're definitely finishing it. And now everyone else gets to die.
As your stars fall through the sky. Yo.
Actually, I'm gonna. Yeah, the rapping part fell apart.
Sitting in, bitten in, reading in, cool.
Realistically, no. I take back my entire like segment. It starts now, and you want to know how the recap starts by the actual game of Honra telling everybody what happened, because that's the best way to do the recaps.
Uh, just using the same gimmick as last time.
Listen, last time worked out so well. We gotta reuse the gimmick of like having Honra
Yeah,
stumble outside of the just describe the church in detail, okay? And like Honra walking out of it.
Not much sound is heard. Not much at all. At least for when it came from the inside of the church. It's breaking and now deteriorating stone walls. Ever looming presence. Strong and outlasting. It must have stood here for well over 200 years. And its form crumbling under the weight of time. Outside, the menagerie of retainers and royals stood in their own garbs and get-ups, flanked by a dozen light-forged undead warriors. Those whose bodies, well, there's not really much of an idea of where they came from, but one could assume that a church standing for so long had dark secrets, perhaps unearthed in time. 16 whole minutes, rounding on to the 7th. And then the 18th. And then the 19th. Each individual minute spent in anticipation. Whatever sign that Honra had left behind, it now crawled. It faded with the very wind. A screeching sound as the door of the church finally opened. And Honra remained intact, but for Honra, the feeling that she succeeded started to fade just a little bit. There was a little high to knowing that she had completed a story which bounded 6 whole minutes beyond what she was allocated, and was not punished for it. She felt prideful. She was proud of her story. There was heart in it, there was feeling. But as the adrenaline faded, the fear set in.
Immediate shakes and hands as she walks out and closes the door behind her.
This would not be an easy task. She was a good storyteller. Honra had put a lot of effort into that. She had a couple stories she could tell. But at the current moment, it was less about procuring a longevity of this alliance, and more for procuring this alliance to begin with. Whoever would be sent in next, well, they would have to perform as well or better. If they wanted to keep their head, of course. And should their head roll, then they would have to be ready to fight.
I think she walks forward until she is able to reach somebody, or until someone gets up to her.
No one has permission to move.
Oh no. Alright, who do I talk to? Oh gods. I guess Is Yazu and Kiku standing together?
No. They've been separated by about probably 10 feet. It seems like
Okay, but
everyone's separated into a line. No one's close enough to talk without it being heard.
that's fine.
Izori has limited conversation. It's to be presumed whoever you walk up to is going to be the next person. And you will be taking their spot. It's a classic maneuver. It stops people from trading items, it stops them from talking. It's nothing too creative, but it works. It's to limit Honra from delivering information to the next person. At least to all of them.
So
Gonna have
she'll
to
just
be a one-off thing.
yeah, she'll deliver it to all of them because she is supposed to say what's happening next. We have been allotted 5 minutes until the next person is to enter the premises. Buh. Yeah, she should say that she hasn't, she never got to introduce anyone else. I have not yet, I did not get the chance to introduce anyone to. Right, the title. Izori the Immortal, Savior of the World, and Revival of True Wayne. Not saying it in like a confused, like that is a really long ass title for. Okay, whatever.
One of
She
the
has to
undead
go.
one of
Mm-hmm.
the undead does bring its head to Honra as to wrap it up and to choose someone.
I'll go to Kiku because like I know that's where I want to go to, and I want Kiku to be next. I mean, realistically, okay. Yeah, no, I'll go to Kiku. Jeez, wanting to hear more of my stories.
Then you've succeeded. At least for now. They are prodded to swap spots into distance.
Mm-hmm.
Kiku is brought up in front, just away from everyone else. He's dressed up fairly nicely. Clothing fits him well. He looks fairly good in a suit. But still just a little raggedy. One of Honra's biggest concerns. It boils down to her remembrance of the other kings that she's seen within the past. The depictions of someone like King Satizan. Majestic, large, flowy, well built. While you could argue he looked like a potentially different royal, it was clear he was still the king. Khaldun, if it wasn't for his appearance, his aura, he radiated ownership. Kiku doesn't have these things. Even Honra has some sort of aura to her, and she knows it. Mitsuki as well. Kiku. He almost had no presence. There was a legitimate fear that set hold. This would be one of the last times she saw her brother. But the feeling was the same for Kiku. It wasn't as if he was oblivious to this. He wasn't very good at people, nor was he good at first glances. But he knew how he gave off. He had spent his entire life trying to erase his presence. Make it vanish. Make it disappear. The less people knew of him, the less people would be able to assassinate him and the more he could get done. He was hardly inspiring. Even still. This was something that, if he wasn't able to make use of Honra's generosity, her exceptional victory, he would die.
Does he look back at any point?
He adjusts his suit. Probably around the 3-minute mark, he does turn around to face the crowd.
Honra will do a smile and just whisper the words of, "You've got this."
I have one word for everyone here. Don't die. As he turns, making a little stop to his watch, clicking it to start the timer. He will enter in at exactly the 5th minute to win Lady Honra left. Not to when she delivered the information. The door was weighted, it was heavy. But it tended to be for churches. It was less of a material defect and more of a purpose, a cause. Only those who are able to at least enter, with the strength to move on, will cover the first hurdle. Inside was Izori, but it wasn't. It wasn't what Kiku expected of her. She was more prominent, more proud. And the first thing, she was looking down towards him. Being in front of him was that akin to a superpowered entity, a servant, a manifestation on a much greater level, probably than even the original. But she knew who he was, and her disappointment only gained and growed. She was radical. Her mind jumped quickly from point to point. She didn't linger. She knew what she liked. Kiku would use every single moment he had till he got to his speaking point in order to observe. He would need at least a minute. But he would not have that. So you are the one that they call king. Hardly inspirational. Kiku's coat, it wasn't really normal. It had a magical property woven into it. It made him harder to read, and it made him easier to hide. Looking at you, you look like you're about to fade away into nothing. Hardly befitting that of a king.
Ditch the coat! Sorry.
Part of my play. What kind of king hides in the shadows? I was thinking I was going to expect more of you, but I will leave it, and I'll give you a chance. I was going to give you 10 minutes in order to explain yourself. But as a king, you should be able to do it in 5. Even just looking at you, you're a disgrace to Khaldun. A coward of sorts. Izori was fuming already, and Kiku hadn't even said a word. But he had his read on. I do like how you don't talk back until given permission. You're a disgrace as a king, and I should kill you just for that. But at least you're polite. Your 5 minutes will start now or until I get bored of your prattle. Good. I was thinking of wrapping this up quickly myself. Lady Izori. Her brow immediately started to furrow. I am King Kiku. I am the king of my people, and I command them through the hardest times. It is my job in order to see Wayne fulfilled, and it is my duty to protect my family no matter what. From the looks of you, you seem to have discarded any chance and relation to the God of Eternal Service. Your icons are dismayed, and you stand as an archon of the people. I myself am a representative of the people, and so I will first start with a warning. Great ancestor, being who has built our civilization, I will not permit you to hurt anyone. I will not permit you to kill them. But I will accept you as an ally and hold you in honorance as long as you can abide by those rules. Much as you wish to retake the past and make a better future, I happen to do that as well, but not at the expense of my people. If you stand on the side of the monastery and the other servants of evil that have been summoned to contrast us, then I will eliminate you. The monastery? You would dare assume that I allied myself with the monastery? You're a masterless servant. Even if you, the High Priestess of Great, an immortal savior of the world, you are still a servant. A being is summoned by a magical apparatus in order to fight in a war. I would prefer to have you on my side. How dare you talk to me like that, you insignificant insect! Do you have no respect for the past? Do you have no respect for your ancestors or your people? Oh, I knew I was going to gut one of you today. Should that storyteller? But I never thought it would be you. You will not gut me. Now you dare order me. Very well. If it's a fight you want, then it's a fight you'll get. Kiku lightly removes his coat. I will not let you hurt my family. I will not let you take them from me. And if you, a servant, an apparition on this world, plans to combat them, be it God, ancestor, or human, I won't let you play with our lives like their folly. Moment of pause in the advance. What kind of power do you think you even hold in this situation? You're not a king, you're a sham. A liar and a cheat. A broken body of someone who's just simply walking forward. You have no pride. You have no passion. Who says someone like you has the right to make a future where anything is as it should? It is not. It is my future to demand and create. You created your future already. And I will die to preserve mine. Izori steps back, only for a moment. Before even the sight of her stepping back becomes infuriating to her. She wants to slice and chop. But it almost looks as if her right hand is digging into her side. You know what it's like to sacrifice everything for family. And you know the pain. The pain associated with being lied to. Gives you the right to speak of any sort of pain that I have endured. My entire being has been deceived by the one that I cared for, the one who promised me that we would be together. I will create that world. You will never be able to touch that world. Not if you create it. We will create that world. And in that world, everyone will be happy. Kiku's stare was dominating. It was aggressive. It was dead. It was as if he was possessed. Anything at all to be done in order to create that perfect future. You undermine my abilities. With the powers of this world as sacrifice, I can create a new one. I will rectify the mistakes of the past. You will revive the apocalypse. If it means correcting whatever future that had to come, then you don't deserve to stand by your family. I've decided your decree. Death. Very well. And I have decided your decree. If you stand by sentencing me to death, then I disown you. You dare. Roll initiative.
You went too far. You went too far.
I didn't go far enough. Little did
Eh?
you know, Kiku didn't like this idea. In the last little while, Kiku's learned to actually have a backbone for those who threaten his family, which he's
Yeah,
always
no,
had.
I agree. You're doing the right thing. I love it. This Kiku's just so cool. But like saying you don't deserve like to be with your family. I mean, to be fair, I mean, okay. Hey, it's totally Izori. Definitely not a Fago character right there. Bye, Izori. Don't die here. You have a plan to win, right? All by yourself, right? Justin, are you still there, Justin? Also, hello everyone, how's it going? Ah, ah, the anxiety is building.
I just typed.
Ah!
I typed 1 sec. I didn't know if you
Oh,
saw it.
sorry, no, I was looking for a token, so sorry, my bad. Oh, oh,
You think I have a
oh,
plan here?
what? I hope so. I hope you set up a billion traps in Kamakune and you have your familiar to save yourself.
You overestimate my ability.
What about NPC Kiku?
Okay. He might have a better ability than I do. But yes, if I've learned one thing about fighting servants within this last little while, it's that you shouldn't.
Yeah, wow, it's almost like I was trying to avoid that the entire time as Honra, and I told her a story. I want to finish my goddamn story!
You'll get the chance to.
Okay, that's
There's a
good.
reason why Kiku gave his last remarks as "Don't die." I mean,
Don't you dare, don't you dare be suiciding into him.
free action coat. No, I'm taking her seriously. Thank you for insightful fighting edge. After observing for at least a minute, I gain a bonus to AC and advantage on recall skills and reading things. This does nothing of value. Alright, let's start it off with a story of my own. And by that I mean, I don't let people mess with my goddamn family. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you are. I don't care what your name is. And I don't care if if you're a god.
So have you already
Everything.
disowned her, or...
Uh, she's disowned if she kills me.
Okay, cool, cool.
I'll give her a chance to repent. I'll give her a chance in order to, you know, not go too far. First things first, I'll get a familiar into range. I have physically no way of being able to out DPS this lady.
No, you really don't.
First attack, ranged bolas. I'm going for a grapple strike on her hands. Let's incapacitate those arms, shall we?
So badass!
Um, just to be very careful. I will get help from my familiar. With his offhand throwing forward 2 wired, almost bolas-like ball bearings quickly wrap around Izori's hands, incapacitating them. Free action swap to... I'm going to swap to my full barrel... No, I'm going to swap to the Maverick long-range rifle.
Isn't that disadvantage within
Silence.
this range?
Not within this range. 1, 2,
Woo!
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm far enough away. Going to activate... incapacitation fighting style, and I'm going to go for the throat.
Boy
Disable verbal
stuff!
components. Disable verbal components. It's going to be a miss. So Kiku throws these ball bearings, quickly pulls out a rifle, goes immediately for the vocals. As he
Does he have
takes
multiple
cover.
familiars? Can't you get more than one to help?
Yeah, as he'll take 3/4 cover behind a pew.
Pew 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 pew.
A pew. Disabling my hands. You have some nerve. But I can use my voice as a weapon. Not if you can't see me, you can't. Blasted bird. Incinerate to dust. As the familiar dies.
No, your free
Blasted by
advantage.
That wasn't the one that gave me advantage.
Uh,
Get these bindings off of me. Do you know who I am? I know who you were. Making me approach. When I get to you, even though my hands are bound, I will wring the life out of you. Kiku.
bull ass legs.
She was unable to break it. That's good. Bonus action, stealth. I don't have infiltration up at the moment, so that's just a regular +5. With that, I'm going to move away. Okay. Shall have some time to try and break that. However,
You
I
should have
need
dropped
one
some
more
ball
to reset it.
bearings right where she was walking.
Oh, I did.
Oh, good.
Not where she's walking, where I was.
Yeah.
You know what? No, not going to go there. I'm actually going to grapple up, get on the rafters. I could just do that freely, so I will. Cowardly king would come out and face me. Invisibility won't do you very well in my domain. Neither will these cheap rocks. The ball bearings crush underneath Izori's foot. You should just accept your death. As she tries to tear the bindings off of her again, failing.
Oh no, we found out her weakness. It's strength.
Time to exploit it. I'm going to make a hidden attack. Sniper rifle to the throat. First of all, I'll throw up my stealth. Second, I get an attack at advantage. It is a silenced weapon. It does not reveal any noise. +3. And then I add sneak attack to that.
Do you get
It's
reroll ones and
technically
twos somehow?
it's technically only a 20 because I don't have, or that's a 21 because I don't have proficiency. Or yeah, 21. But turned off vocal for the time being. Going to swap positions as Kiku jumps across the rafters. Izori says something unlegible. It's fine. She can't speak. She cannot move her hands, at least for the time being. Now it's time for the last dance. Sorry.
What do you mean by last dance? Legs?
Izori quickly moves over, not even trying to break the bindings, just to the point where the attack happened. Looking around, where is he? She has the feather, crushing some more ball bearings. Izori wishes Kiku's death. She cannot see him. Thankfully, this was going to fall apart about there. This is where that falls apart. From what Honra notices, the skeletons outside, 2 of them start moving towards the door.
Oh no. Uh, she's probably very uncertain of like what's happening and kind of just fear of Kiku dying, of like looking over to Yazu.
Yasu's a little bit weary.
You're moving up to her. Ah!
I'm on the ceiling, remember?
Right.
I will lower a rope behind her. No. Tying up the rope. I will lasso Izori.
Are you hanging her upside down?
How much disrespect could I go for? I'll get help for this. As I will grapple Izori's neck with a rope.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do legs, so you like hold her upside down.
Nope. I'm not so kind. As with my... I will swap over to the Stetson, handgun, offhand attack, and I'm going to detonate the floor. Regular attack roll.
Shit.
The attack misses. This isn't good. Izori's able to break the hand restraints. pointing towards Kiku, she blasts a ray of light. Kiku, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Bird swap position.
Yeah, I'm throwing my bird in front of that. Kiku's familiar explodes on the spot into brilliant light. Izori's eyes are furious.
Should we come in? Does anyone have calm emotions?
I have calm emotions.
Oh yeah, but she might pass, so it won't help.
You know what my calm emotions is?
What's that?
Instinct. Lighting another round. The floor detonates, dropping Izori into the guillotine. A noose. And a straight up explosion she'll have to make a save for. Grappled,
Oh.
she'll automatically fail her dex save. Izori is now hanging as a blade sinks into her back from behind. Offhand, free action, weapon swap, blast her arms.
Woo! Advantage because she's like hanging from her neck?
No, unfortunately not. Just a
Darn.
grapple.
Get
As Izori's arms are bound, Kiku will drop.
get out of range? Oh golly.
Izori is hanging by her neck and her arms are bound.
Yep.
Serving or not, her rage is only succeeding larger. She's calming, is the fancy way of what the server was trying to tell us there.
Oh yeah, because you know she's dying and choking out. Does the doors open and do we see the scene from the skeletons?
The doors do open, in fact, as Honra gets a perfect imagery of Izori, right centered, in the same spot, more or less, just a little off to the right, she was when you entered, struggling as she's hanging from the ceiling, almost as if she was put to death.
Holy shit, Kiku's cool.
The skeletal warriors move in as Kiku will simply just hold one of his firearms to Izori. I'll make it the Stetson just for its aesthetic. And he'll look at her, take a look at the skeletons, stand them down, and we can be allies. Keep them advancing. And your perfect world won't even have a chance to be born.
I kind of want to do a. Should I message her and have my little ally, but my little like image of me pop up?
You would have to move forward a considerable amount.
Damn it. Okay, I wasn't sure.
120 feet is not close enough.
Ah, you got this. Sorry, I just wanted to butt in. Apparently, you don't need my help.
That almost went horribly wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
The skeletons stand down as
Wait, wait,
Kiku
wait,
will
wait,
drop
wait.
combat.
My 5 minutes are up. Starts to leave, shoots the rope.
Oh, no, I'm gonna. That's so much cooler, and we're still within time.
Oh
Oh
yeah!
God,
Woo!
no, thank you. That's so much cooler.
What are you gonna do?
I was just going to stop combat and then let her down, but no, I'll wait until exactly 5 minutes are up.
Oh
It's not
man.
that long. It's not that long. The skeletons stand down as Kiku hesitates for a moment. With a knife, he simply severs the rope. Izori drops, kind of landing in the basement.
You should have said before she fell.
My 5 minutes have concluded. I will look forward to doing business with you. And also, I request that you formally accept my offer as your master. Without a master, you will have no means in order to materialize without mass murder. Consider it. As Kiku will walk out. The skeletons do not attack him as he walks by. Keita Mukune is simply smiling. Anyone else who wishes to speak with our ancestor, feel free to. If not, we'll be heading home in 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely go up to Kiku and it's like, oh, like, wow, my big bro is so sugoi desu.
Hashtag Izori relates.
I was not expecting that. What even happened to result in that situation?
I have a feeling that I know what happened. Your brother here simply got fed up with her constant beratement. I told you. I wasn't going to let any of our family lose again. And I wasn't going to let us loose to the past. Nor was I going to let you become a slave to whatever whim she had.
She tries the hug thing. Sorry, that was quite awkward, wasn't it?
Uncustom, but not bad. Generally,
Alright, I'm gonna turn my attention to the rest of everyone. Are they like. I guess that's an insight on like the people of like, is there anyone actually going to talk to her, or is it like
Yeah, that's an insight. I need to grab water because, oh my word, my voice hurts.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
write
that
that
was
down
like,
when I get
oh,
back.
oh,
Mum.
okay, yeah. Two. Oh, golly gee. Oh, golly gee, I say. I am, oh. How the heck is, gosh darn, my characters are so weak in comparison. I can look at someone and say attack. What the heck was that ninja freaking jumping around with a freaking gun and like bull-assing Izori and like brah. I okay. Oh. 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 Okay. I don't even know. I don't know. Oh. What time is it? Okay, maybe I should like use this like pause and levy thing to like actually do something productive. Almost 11. I work at 1 now, meaning 12:30 is when I have to leave, meaning 12, so it's almost 11. 11 is that, meaning I have an hour plus a half to get ready. Getting dressed is easy. It will take no time, barely an inconvenience. But now now I got makeup. I gotta do the makeup stuff, and those are fun. I think I washed it all off from yesterday. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm a productive adult. I totally wash up my makeup before going to bed. Totally. Yeah. Not a horrible slob. Yeah. I can't tell with this. Usually there's like side eye swoopies that don't go disappearing because side eye swoopies are like harder to get rid of and it's a pain to do and I'll just trace over them. The only problem is that my mirror is like over there and I don't got a tiny mirror. Oh, I need a tiny mirror. Oh my goodness, a tiny mirror would be so cool. I'll do it later. I should probably do it now.
What are we doing now?
Don't worry about it. Never mind. So who's going in to see Izori Tron? Anyone? Probably nobody, right?
Makune? Tanka and Avier. And Yazoo.
I wanna listen in as Honra. Honra doesn't need to be a part of the conversation. Honra just wants to hear what they say. I'm gonna listen in at least. I'm curious.
Just make sure they don't daddle too long.
Honra doesn't have a watch like her cool bro Kiku, right?
Of course she has a watch.
Oh, she's so cool like her bro Kiku.
It was like one of the first things she got.
Fred, go to bed, that's why! What are you doing being awake? Lay down! Let my screams of terror serenade you!
I can
Sorry,
scream
Fred
in terror
hadn't
if you
sleep
want that to
today, so
serenade you
I'm
as
concerned about Fred.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
Needs more water, needs more sleep, and needs to stand up more.
8 hours, that's why I get each and every single day. Sometimes 10, I prefer 10.
Yeah,
What
it
if
is
it
round to the
happens
nearest 12.
randomly? Probably because you're exhausted. Even though it sounds
Well,
like a head rush, but that's like blood rushing to a head space or something. I don't know either.
yeah. Maybe you need some more blood.
Ah, you should siphon some blood off some schmuck.
Yeah. Take some levels in Vampire.
I usually say do it off of a homeless person, but I say do it off of a politician. That way everyone can feel a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't argue why you would do it off of a homeless person though.
I, I really can't. It's just like the stereotype. The stereotype is like vampires like hide in the shadows and just grab the first person they see. Which like you can't just take from your own community. That's just going to be hurting you in the long run.
It's true. Especially don't take from a retainer. Because then you'll give someone a free job opportunity. That's just awful. That
Alright. So, what's the conversation be, though?
getting herself back up and trying to compose herself. Izori is clearly very emotionally distressed.
Oh, I want to give her a hug. She was my character. I understand this distressedness. You just want to be loved by your broski.
Her overzealous amount of rage has turned into a lot of really self-deprecating sadness.
Oh.
Not only was she summoned at her like peak strength, the strongest she's ever been in her life, she was beat up by a depressed man in a suit.
Oh.
And then she was scolded by him. And then he hung her from the rafters. She couldn't do anything, and she was gonna cut the rope, but she didn't cut the rope. She tried to attack him, but she just blew up 2 birds, and all she did was kill 2 birds. She's muttering this to herself. As Yazoo extends his hand. She just swats it away and stands up normally. What kind of trick do you have? No trick. No trick at all. I simply just wish to come and meet our new business partner. For the glory of all of our world. I don't recognize who you are. I am, well, the best way would to say one of Rahine's children, just many more generations down the line. You don't deserve to be this strong. You're all weaklings. We are all weaklings, yes. But even if you'll never accept us as this, all of us are weaklings who wish to see a brighter future. Do you dare imply that I am a weakling like you? I'm sure King Kiku simply just got lucky in a couple aspects. Besides, you are one of the most brilliant, devoted minds of your time. Last forever. Even in the fit of madness, you are still able to find clarity. And your enhancement appears very potent. When you actually start to think for once, it's impressive on how much you can suppress it. Not just anyone would be able to suppress such an unbelievably cruel enhancement. Of course. Of course that's the case. I wouldn't let some useless mage trickery mess with my mind. You have a strange affinity with the Berserker class, don't you? Perhaps that's it. No, you have a strange affinity with people. I don't recognize the text or any of your scriptures. You're not from Wayne. You're not Wayne? No, that can't be. The past was great, but the future grows even greater. We wish to re-originate the world, and we wish to send off the God of Eternal Service. We wish to make a world where they can deliver their last echo, and the people of the world can once again choose for themselves. A world where truly we can act as united. And I'm sure you saw through all that choice text, words decided to be said specifically to you. It felt as if I was finally Why am I telling this to you? You're but a mere commoner. You're not even royalty. But I am royalty. Because royalty is chosen by the people, not the gods. It is. In some, or it should be. Do think it over. While these people might not look worthy, you can say that I'm very good at understanding one's value. And you, of course, would best be described as glittering. Izori swallows quite hard. If you think that that's enough to win me over, I'll work with you for now. For the time being, I want to hear some more of those stories. She looks away, a little flustered. Very well, O Desert Jewel. I will leave you in peace. But it looks like you'll have a couple others who wish to speak with you. As Yazoo disembarks, Izori straightens her form, her position, her posture. As Izori resets herself, the next one to see upon her is Lady Avier. As Avier approaches, Izori is able to at least regain some of her composure and repurpose her pride a little bit. You, a retainer, what do you want of me? I wanted to see if you needed any assistance. That was a horrible sight to behold, and although you may be a servant, and, well, a great person of old, just wanted to check in with you and make sure you were well. Of course, it would take more than one magically enhanced rope in order to make me worry. It was simply a test is all, and your king, while unconventional, passed it. He knew he had no way of truly defeating me. Xavier is a little bit saddened, but happy at the same time. We may not look like it. And she takes off her green coat. Well, we may look a little bit too uncannily like it, but your retainer, Lady Nima, she in some ways did inspire me to be who I am, or at least the path that I took. So I wanted to thank her and you through association. They really were a big part of my life. Of course, Nima is a very powerful and capable druid. I would have none other as my retainer. She's also very fond of sweets. You look like you feed her sweets sometimes. Well, I mean, I wouldn't speak that I didn't, but I may have presented her with a couple of platters of my own cooking to try. You cook as well? I would be happy to cook with you sometime. But of course, understand that cooking with me means cooking with royalty at the extreme level, not simply your run of the mill royalty you're used to. You will be dealing with a world class royal. I look forward to cooking with a world class royal. But I look a little bit more forward to cooking with Izori. Very well, move on. I have a queue. There's many more important people here to see me. If you're just bows and leaves. Izori completely unfamiliar with that gesture. Next would be the young Lord Rahili. Gods, you put them in the right order. That's I don't know if you did that before or after.
I did no such thing. I'm pretty sure you dragged them down here.
Oh, I am a master swordsman. Worship me as your new god. Lady Izori. Are you here to tell me that you are supposed to be Rahine with this colorful cosplay of yours? No. I'm Lord Tenko Rahili. And I'm only here to ask for your assistance. Just recently, I have lost a large portion of my purpose as a necromancer. And I see no better teacher than the best necromancer to have ever walked the face of the planet, and you. As humbly as I can ask, would you mind teaching me of your craft? No, I will not teach you of my craft. It ladens to the god of eternal service, which I detest. But that was not the only thing I was capable of. Despite becoming a priest, I was trained quite heavily in the arts of magecraft, and I know many curses, poisons, antidotes, and the such. If you would be willing to learn from one of the most experienced spellcasters of her time, I might consider bestowing upon you a lesson or two. It would be quite valuable, and I would much rather learn magic from someone that I can feel a kinship to, rather than the people of this world, who treat magecraft as a means to an end.
Very well. I will see what I can do to appease your curiosity as we find you a new purpose. I am a high priestess, or was a high priestess and all, and guiding people is a part of my job. It may not have anything to do with the gods anymore, but I'll have you know that being a high priestess was not always about the religious aspects.
I can see why you stirred the hearts of your people. Very well.
As Tanka disembarks.
That would simply leave me, the last member. If you wouldn't mind a word.
The polite priest. The one with a twisted mind and heart. The one who sees a lot more than his eyes are able to.
Hmm. Yes. I do see more than my eyes are capable of understanding. However, it is not that I come to you with today. I wish to inform you about a certain plague befitting our people, and befitting the future that we all hold dear. You, as master of death in many ways, should be informed that death has taken manifest in this world, and it seeks to destroy all of what Wayne was and could be. I would like to ask, for us working together, it is essential that Wayne stands unified. For death itself comes for our fair people. Do you know any ways of destroying death, who takes the name and face similar to Miles?
Miles, is he? No, it wouldn't have been Miles. I assure you I'll be looking into such methods. As dysfunctional as this Wayne may be with its ragtag group of misfits, I guess there's some validity in keeping them around. I still wish to redo that mistake that I made many years ago. But perhaps I can be convinced that such a thing can still be achieved with your perfect future.
We are Wayne, after all. Our job is breaking systems and rules that are put into place in order to fit our own needs. I do not see why all of us are not allowed to be happy in the end. For if we are, Then truly, are we accomplishing what Wayne set out to do?
I dislike you, priest. You're not a very genuine copy. But your words ring true for now. One of my conditions for us working together will be the abolishment of the God of Eternal Service. But I can accept you draining every last inch of his power in order to weaken him for those final moments. There is someone that needs to perish first, as I have quite the list to ring through.
If you need anything, I shall be staying here within the church. We are hosting a community event on this following weekend, where kids will be coming in order to hear a light story reading.
Honra gets excited but still doesn't say anything.
This is the place I was summoned. It is as best as any to be considered re-sanctified ground. I call this church Wayne, and the presence that still lingers here. Banish yourself, or become my enemy once again. The statue among the top, overlooking the door, turns to fine sand.
Wait, it was already gone though. The fuck? Holy shit, that statue is actually a thing? Oh god, we have to deal with some sort of external being. Oh, I hate them.
Then we shall have a good amount of time for me to fill you up to date with the recent news and gatherings.
Very well, priest. I shall have my conditions met.
My king is a very dutiful man. Anything he promises, I assure you, will be kept.
Yes, your king.
Dagger glare.
Am I just like, are they just like in the hole and I'm just standing outside of the hole?
No, she got out of the hole.
Okay, okay.
But it will be quite a shame. I quite
What-
like these floors.
What does my watch say? Do I have to get going?
Yeah, it's time to wrap up. Get going.
She'll poke her head out of like just, oh, hi there, I've been, hi, and like wave.
Tricksterous storyteller. She's just kind of like disengaging, just walking away as Izori mutters that under her breath.
That's a compliment. Oh my goodness, tricksterous. That's a fun compliment. Fred's yelling at me. I mean, oh. I assume that I'm going to be back for this event. Question mark.
Only if you wish to give the children a good story.
We can continue the story at that time, if that's alright with you, Lady Izori.
Of course. I do expect to hear the conclusion and the continuation of this story. Cliffhangers are a sin against writing and telling.
I mean... She's so cute. Oh my goodness, it's always so great.
We shall see you then, for the time being. Me and the ever so gracious High Priestess. Kato Makure looks at the hole. Have much work to do.
Alrighty, oh, she gets to go now. Oh, she's so gosh darn. That nuance in that character. She was just trying to kill us 5 seconds ago. Oh.
Haha! That's how we kidnap someone. By force.
Stockholm Syndrome, let's go.
She called through our plan like it was nothing. We saw that coming. Ooh. Oh, you go away, go away. Get rid of the outfit. Go. Stop.
It was an important attempt.
Yeah, I had my fate concealed to be death there. I was pretty sure I was gonna die.
I am so impressed by Kiku. Why are you so good at killing?
Yeah, why couldn't I done that to goddamn Ramsey?
I don't know, but like, you did it now, and that's what's important.
No, I know why. It's because I actually paid attention to Kiku's instinct.
Yeah. Yeah.
His instinct
Paying
was like, go
attention
for the
to
kill. I was like, okay, we'll do. Getting on the Robin bus. Kiku and Honra are sat right beside each other. I almost died there.
Yeah, you definitely looked like you had the upper hand, though. Oh. She sings a bit of just like, what just happened?
She was a caster, so I had to eliminate the most common forms of casting regents. Hands and throat. I had everything set up. But she failed. She made a mistake. If she hadn't have made that, I had contingencies, but none of them would have worked so well. Kiku loads and finishes off the clips on his weapons. Tops them
We're
off.
always going to be one step away from death. Remembering Kato Makune's, like, you know...
BT Dub's death's nearby.
personified as Miles. But... Oh, I forgot to give Dee Dee a fucking chance to talk to her.
I don't think Dee Dee wanted a chance to talk to her.
Yeah, probably not. As long as we stay vigilant and come out on top, that's all that matters. But even within the grips of defeat, the story continues. That's coming back to like the story I was telling. Remember?
I remember. Kiku has no idea.
Is it canon she made up that story on the spot?
Yep.
I made up that story on the spot. There is no. There is a conclusion. However, it is not yet fully discovered.
We are both dealing with death. Turns out it wasn't nostalgia that we had to deal to get through to our heart. It was humility. We all can use a little bit more humility, as Yazoo just leans over the back of their seat. Goddamn school bus.
Well, despite her trying to kill us and coming close, she has a surprisingly cute point to her personality.
She's only human. She's a servant. I was a servant not too long ago.
Who's the person sitting next to Yazoo? I have to know. Who's getting shafted by Yazoo?
It's Hanku.
Aww.
How did you know? How did I know what? That her humanity, that her sanity was still in check. She was simply just giving in to what she wanted. She wanted to appear as insane, and she wanted to let the madness enhancement control her. That way she wouldn't have to deal with any of her own feelings. But she was always capable of repressing it. She is Lady Izori, however. Keep in mind, she's probably one of the most potent casters that has ever existed within your time.
The fact that she wanted to give in makes sense to me now.
Accepting the truth is harder than simply just living with whatever your emotions give you.
1 second. I'm sorry to pause. 1 sec.
Freeze frame, freeze frame, freeze frame.
Alright, play. Sorry.
Yes, most people tend to hide behind their anger because it's easy. That is true. It's easier to think that you have no ability to think and simply feel. At least for some. Passages that I was able to read on Lady Izori spoke that she was always very passionate. In our history, she ended up creating one of the most religious heavy sectors, which would inevitably become Cogiswain. Lady Izori's life must have been consumed by religion because she truly believed the god of eternal service was good, and that he would honor whatever bargain they made. But I suspect he had no real right to be even held responsible for whatever that bargain may be. I suspect that's the uniting of her family after her passing. But she looks like she already knew that was going to come. It used to be that the king position would never pass on to the afterlife. Not fully. There was a separate temple made for them. And then it was probably her aversion to fate. She knew it was coming, but refused to accept it. Perhaps that's why it hurt so much.
It must be very lonely.
I suspect she was very lonely. It would take a great will. No, an almost impervious will. Not to be crushed by such a thing. When I spoke to her, it didn't seem like she believed her entire life was a simple fabrication, but it felt like she wanted it to be. Like then, there'd be something more to be mad upon.
Is it... Should we truly leave her there with Kitamakune?
Anyways, I think the both of them are similar. At least with how they bestow faith. I could be wrong, but I don't suspect Kitamakune is going to do anything. Besides, you'll be coming back here in a little while to read a story, will you not?
Honra gets embarrassed because she just wants to talk to Izori more. Not with her berserker angry mode. Yes, that's true. Does she say something? Does she have to say every single embarrassing thought that comes to her brain? Is that like being honest to her emotions? Or could you just like not talk about it because it's embarrassing?
That's a
Or
her
just show
choice.
signs of embarrassment.
That's a her choice. We've wasted a good amount of the day. It'll be good to get back on track. We still have a war to win.
Although
Exactly.
it seems like it's wasted, I believe if not all of us shown up, our chances have been dramatically decreased.
Maybe so, but we're still behind.
Did I ever apologize to her about like being cruel to her on the train?
You did apologize to her once within the actual building. The Rahili is Help Life is Love Foundation.
Okay, I just don't know how much of it was like felt like an apology and if Horn is satisfied. Or if Anku's satisfied.
Honra's not sure how to gauge how satisfied Hanku is. She looks like she would respond as an emotionless robot, but she clearly isn't an emotionless robot.
Can I get her a piano? Did I get her a piano yet?
No, you did not get her piano.
I should get her a piano.
Love me, please.
Listen, apologies have to like be done like not through just word.
There is truth in the fact that this is a day without any surveillance. I'm sure we were not picking up the greatest information on Malik Jatar. But keeping our eyes peeled towards the other servants. If they change scenes dramatically, then it'll be a little work tracking them down. Then why don't we, at least for the time being, have a little bit of a split? I don't believe us watching the location of Castor will be very hard, and I suspect Lancer will be very easy as well. Let's focus down our ideas towards the potential second Berserker. The one that Gideon summoned. Or Gideon was a part of the summoning with Grexian. I suspect the two are far more linked than was originally told. Much the same. The Queen of Death, Eshin. She, much like Izori, is without master.
We'll keep an eye out on police reports. Would you be able to talk with your insider within the Mages Collective?
When is
Yes.
Iris coming back out of curiosity? Does something right now?
Current. She's back now. I'll be sure to set up an appointment. Ah, yes. Any sort of date will do.
God damn you, Yazoo, you know, don't you?
That completely flies over Kiku's head.
It flies over Honra's head too.
Now, Honra 100% was thinking the exact same thing.
Does she know? Is it just like speculation?
It's totally speculation. Honra's never really properly met the lady, so I mean... they've met as, like, sponsor groups, but...
Last time that we tried to do a picnic that fell through.
Yes, I remember everyone abandoning me there. That's not the sounds of someone who's moved on very well.
If we plan another, I swear, I've gotten much better at that sorts of things. I want to meet this woman as well. Properly so.
Perhaps after you meet up with her, you can schedule another picnic to make do with the last one.
Yazoo.
I think a secondary picnic would be rather irrelevant. What's the point of having one? Especially in this time. Yes. Well, quite simply, we only have one in to the magic world. Someone who means something still. Lord Healy is high class, yet Miss Whitecourt is, well, a formal instructor. There's certain things that rich nobles and important nobles don't share in common. Understood.
Also, outside of strategy, I personally would like to meet them.
It would be a good idea. We can leave it as that.
Wait, why would it be a good idea, Kiku? Are you actually thinking about dating this person? Inside check? Are you dating? Are you dating them?
I ain't even have to roll that. Kiku is an enigma.
Honra is convinced that he is simply thinking of strategy. There must be some sort of tactical advantage behind this.
Do I take the assault and like pester him now about this? Like not now, but like pester him before he goes on the date. Not on like a bus with a bunch of other people surrounding. But maybe I should say no. I can't suggest it because like that might be too soon. But like, why do I think they'd work well together? Ha ha ha. Yazoo was the one who suggested date.
Yeah, but Yazoo is, Yazoo's. He loves all that love drama stuff. Like, I mean, of course he would. He's only done that to no one else. He do it. He's just acting on his emotions or his.
Maybe
No,
that's Yazoo's way of telling me to go pursue this.
look at that crazy.
But what about Isla's? I mean, it'd be good to have her. But is she good for her? Is she good for Isla's? I didn't actually care about these things.
Hanku doesn't care about these things.
Nope, not at all, not at all.
Or maybe she does. Maybe she just hasn't picked up on
Maybe
these
she's
subtleties
too
of it.
concerned about the present dangers to, like, have her own life and care about things. Maybe she's like, maybe what's in her brain is like, hey man, like, maybe you should focus on, like, your work.
But if I'm being honest about this, I think having a picnic would be a good idea, at least to remove some stress from some of the workforce.
Oh, and your face just like beams up, like Avier's coming too.
And we can make sure to, well, perhaps me and the Lady Izori would be able to put together some snacks.
Izori can come too. Sorry.
Besides, there's a lot of us present. We might as well turn it into an event of some sorts. I agree. Familiarizing ourselves as a team. This would be a good idea.
Oh, that's where they're sitting. I see.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just gonna slide everyone over a bit then.
I'm so glad you thought so too, Tenka. Would you be able to get the accommodations? Of course. We just need a date and a time. Then I'll make sure to put together a list so that we can manage everything well. Absolutely stunning, my lord. This will be the greatest picnic event ever. We'll be sure to have everything needed. I've already made a certain form of list of myself, if you wouldn't mind cross-comparing with me, Lady Avio. Of course, Rascard. We can't have it simply fall through. This is a very important time.
Does Honra have a camera?
No one has a camera.
Damn it!
And then, I can even put together some of my own sweets if you wouldn't mind, Lord Rahili. I just want to, well, make some things. If I could join you, it could be dangerous, the two of you cooking together. Absolutely flawless idea. I think this is getting out of hand.
It's always good to have something people can look forward to. silently saying that to Kiku because, like, yeah, no, but like. I'm all for this idea.
We will have to work around it. But it's fine with me to turn it into an event, as long as it doesn't take away as much from the current work at hand. Sorry, it doesn't take away much from the current work at hand. I will make sure it doesn't. Besides, this was an opening. The next event will be made in conjunction. Thank you, Tenka.
Oh my goodness, he's this retainer!
But as we go on in the future, there's just one thing that I want to make sure we're all on the same page of.
Oh no. It's about having morals because Honra doesn't have those.
It's emotions, not morals.
Can we perhaps tone back the brutality a little bit?
Yeah, but I figured it'd be something like that.
I could have been brutal with us having an ally, or I could have been dead.
As, as much as I tried to do the route of telling a story to win her over, that wasn't enough. Perhaps if. No, I don't think if I were a greater storyteller, I would have been able to win her over. But we tried, and that's what's important. Right?
Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced.
Just try and tone it back a little bit. We don't have to be good, but we can at least have a little bit more empathy.
I do feel bad about Izori. I do feel bad about that happening. This. Kiku was cool though.
Vivier doesn't care about cool, she cares about practice.
I can't promise anything for Kiku. Does Kiku care at all?
No, he was in helicopter parent mode. He was helicopter parenting the rest of his family so that they wouldn't die to death. I don't see anything wrong with Lord Kiku's demonstration.
Anchor says. Okay, Honra, you need to like be the high priestess right now and like mend this everything.
What are you talking about? It was merciful because he gave her chances in order to repent on being evil.
Yeah, no, she's Honra doesn't see anything like really wrong with what Kiku did.
It's just a little morbid.
It's morbid, yeah, and like, but at the same time, like, I was telling a story about, like, in order to not die and to save everyone.
I got to Black Reaper someone.
You got a Black Reaper somebody!
Oh, the power's going straight to my head.
I have to say that as much as I feel like I should agree with you, Avier, in that situation, I couldn't, I can't even, I can't quite think of what Kiku could have done differently. What exactly did you have in mind?
An apology after? A little bit more of an accepting gesture, perhaps? Just
But
simply walking away without saying a single thing, without showing any sort of concern. Was a little dark. I mean, the whole thing was a little dark. I don't have any problems with that. It needed to be done in a certain way. But that was rather heartless just to leave her like that.
yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I was so distracted with how cool it was. Avier's kind of right.
I was simply returning hospitality. But I'll make more of an effort in order to bond.
I mean, it is our duty as the ones who came after to be better than those who came before. Although it was cool. Not saying that cruelty is cool, but
No, it was very impressive, Lady Honra.
it was very storybook-like.
You know, I think I actually orchestrated a strategy like that once. There was a man who was made entirely of metal plates. We don't need to hear that story. Yes, of course. Oh,
Yeah,
but I would love to hear that story if you wouldn't mind. Just some other time, perhaps.
Wait, Yazoo had that story, right?
Yazoo had that story. Rescard wants to hear that story. Avier doesn't want to hear that story.
Yazoo's actually the great storyteller, if I say so myself.
I think I can already see how the story is going, though.
Yeah. Oh, Avier, you're such a sweet cinnamon roll. Oh my goodness.
She's not innocent, though.
Yeah, no. She's just like, maybe she would just like apologize or said something like that.
Then I'll be sure to tell you the story a little later, Rescard. Thank you, Lord Yazoo. As the wheels on the bus, they go
Go
round.
round and round.
What time is your disembarkment at?
12:30.
12:30? Okay.
I was half getting ready in the background.
Move these people, these losers off the screen, shall we?
Alright, everybody stop by. Farmer Fred, Umbra, everyone else who was lurking. Thanks for stopping by. I don't want to go to work. Hurts. Hello? Don't yet. All right, gonna end this quickly because I need to. I only have one washroom, and okay, bye. Ah!
Wave emoji.